So today, friends, if you ever wanted to paint looser flowers, then you are at the right place, because I do have this kitty here, but I also teach you how to loosen up your watercolor flowers. Today we're painting 3 peonies in a vase with some foliage and some pretty things. But I also want to encourage you to relax. This is an art journaling experience. You can use watercolor paper, you can use whatever you want. We are utilizing our creativity to relax and enjoy. So I'm very excited to paint. Let's get to it, right, Peach? Today we are taking some inspiration from this sample that I did a while back, and we're gonna do these 3 loose florals. We can call them peonies or whatnot, but we're gonna start by spraying down the palette as we usually do. And of course, we're going to talk about some of my tricks to paint looser flowers. It's just fun to be able to go over what those are and, what that looks like to give you inspiration too. So I'm using my number 12, and we're going to just kind of go with some random colors on here. I want to do different colors for each flower. So I've got some pink, and I've got some Peaches hair here too. It just is part of the whole thing. There we go. Peaches is next to me. Peaches, are you here? I don't know if you guys heard that. She said meow right away. She's like, yeah. All right, so grab whatever color you're wanting to go with here. Kind of a medium color. I've got my sketchbook paper here. Supplies are linked in the description. Very, very thin sketchbook paper, because we're doing some art journaling today, and it's going to be not scary. It's going to be easygoing, and we're just going to go from the outside in as we usually do to create some fluffy petals. So don't think about this perfect look it has to be. We're just going to start putting in some fluffies with some brush strokes here, loose and easy. And the first thing I want to say is, to create some loose florals is to leave some white space. So right here, I'm actually going in and I'm just kind of skirting around that middle, but that's not all I'm going to do. I'm going to do another layer here, but leaving the white. Not everything has to be fully painted, and so leaving that, just to me, creates more of that fluffiness, that look that I'm going for when I have so many petals like in a peony. So there we go, leaving that white space there. While it's doing its thing, I actually want to put that brush down, take a smaller brush, medium brush, and 6, 8, and I'm gonna grab some orange paint. Actually, you know what, not yet. Just kidding. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of some navy. You can use black or brown, because I want to make a darker kind of pinky color. That's pretty, kind of purpley, huh? That'll do. And I am just going to do a little tricky trick right here. First of all, with this brush, I'm going to lift some of this paint because we've got some puddles. I don't want too much spreading. So when I have this brush with paint, I just start dabbing. I'm going to get some spreading just for that center. Just want a little bit. I don't want to go everywhere. Just a little pizzazz. Okay, let's let it do its thing. Let's go to the next. So now I'm going to make more of that wine-colored flower. I already have purple here, which is great. Want it to go darker. And I'm going to grab some, so I already have kind of a wine-colored flower right here, or color. If you want to make your own, just grab, some pink. Grab some pink, grab some red. We're just grabbing everything. It does not have to be exact, friends, okay? Pause the video if it's stressing you out, if it's going too fast. A little bit of this navy. Let's do a little bit of this brown. So I'm just kind of experimenting and playing with these colors. That's a really beautiful color. I want it to be a little bit bluer, so we're going more with that navy. Boop, boop. And I am going to use kind of darker colors here, more saturated. This is a thin paper, so it's going to do better if it's less wet and more of saturated paint that has less water, a bit more pigment. And then we're just going to do another little peony flower. We're going to start with the center here and just do some little squiggly lines maybe. We're going to press, and we're just kind of going in a circle. And just adding in these shapes. You can even do like an M shape, kind of like this, but even less uniform. And we're just filling in some petals here. When you do a multi-petaled flower, it can feel really tricky to get that right. And so don't worry about getting it right. Just doing some little scribbly lines, leaving your white space. And then I'm going to extend this out here too. We don't need a perfect circle. We just need a flower shape. So just show up with your flower shape today, whatever that looks like. And yeah, that'll do. I just need it to look kind of round. And then with that, I can just take a little bit of this navy color, add in some darkness. And I'm just going to pop in a little bit of darkness here and there for a little bit of shadow in between. It might spread, it might not, depending on if it's still damp or wet or drying. Just a little bit. So we've got that in there. Clean, damp brush to clean up any puddles you might have. That's kind of faded to nothing, but I do like just the transition of color, so I don't hate it. I'm still going to take more of that dark. You can do brown if you don't have navy. Just want some dark, thick paint. And I'm going to go around those edges again to get another layer. It's going to stay put probably a little bit more. We'll see, because it's still damp. But it's going to give us another transition of color, which I think is beautiful. Poke in more color if you want. And then we're going to do a third flower. Let's make this one more pink. So I've got my bright pink here. And for this one, we're just going to start with a middle. And then maybe some, let's do that same thing, just kind of scrubbing the brush, leaving the white. That is one of my, first tips of leaving more white space or leaving some. Not everything has to be painted. My second tip is to paint with your whole arm. So let's try that. I cleaned my brush because that's just a habit. I'm going to grab more runny paint and I'm just going to kind of go around in this circular fashion. I'm just adding in little flick marks, half circles or whatever you call it. And I'm using my whole arm to move. Instead of being stuck here and trying to be really careful. And you can let those petals overlap too. And touch the other flowers. So now we have 3 flowers and they're all very different. Take a little bit more concentrated paint if you would like. Dab it. And use that as part of your little swipes too. Make sure these swipes are not straight, but they are rounded. We've got a lot of white space, so I think we're doing good in that area. So then I'm going to take my smaller brush. I am aware that this is all off-centered, which means we're probably going to add more greens to this side just to make it more heavy. And in this brown tan area, that's where I'm going to grab some paint. And I'm just going to actually make this kind of off-centered, but square. So it's going to be more heavy on this side, a little bit. It's going to be interesting. And I know for those who are perfectionists, this might bother you. It's okay. It's okay if it does. I'm just going to do some quick little rounded, see how we're doing this without, without the elbow down. Some quick motions going over that line again. You can see I'm hovering so that I have more of a wonky line, less control. We're letting go of control, you guys. So that's a big thing that's important to me. We're going to do some smaller flowers here, and I'm just going to grab this pink that's over here already, and I'm going to do a quick swipe, 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 swipe. Okay, some quick little buds. I'm going to mix this with my orange. And again, you can always slow down the video or you can pause it if it is too fast. I invite you to do that because I'm a fast painter. But I don't apologize for it. I just do it and invite you to slow down as you need. and that's okay if you do. So a couple little blooms there. I might want to put another one here. Let me think about it. Maybe let's try just kind of a color that's in the middle of all that. And let's just do like a little tiny bud. So now I want to take my green, whatever green you have on your palette. If you don't like your green, I always say add a little brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of dark blue, whatever you want to mute it down so it just looks more natural. And then we're just going to put in our little stems here for our flowers. I also like to start adding in stems here into the vase so they can kind of crisscross, they can be wonky. It's gonna make more sense because we'll have more greens in here, so kind of filling it out. Looks kind of odd right now, but again, we're gonna add our greens, so don't worry too much. Don't worry at all. Make sure you take a breath. Remind yourself there's a place we're going. We gotta get there. So we gotta have patience. I'm gonna grab my favorite green, which is sap today. So swirl the brush, grab the green, add a little brown if it's too intense, just to tone it down. Sometimes it's really crazy green. And then we're gonna do these really easy swipes to create some beautiful greens. We're gonna start just filling this out. Remember, I want to be a little heavier here because we didn't have a lot here, and now we've got some up here. So we're just gonna start to make this work. A way to do this easily is to press here, press, press, press. So I know that was fast, but I just went here and then here, 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 here. So just like getting smaller as we go down. If we use, let's dab our brush. If we use the tip of our brush and we just make a line through here, we can connect each one diagonally. And look at how cool that looks for our leaves. Can even do another leaf right here because I think we needed it. Filling in space, friends. This one too, just a little line, really light pressure. If you're not getting nice thin lines, you need to go with a brush that has a nice point on it, or you're not going to probably get the lines that you want. So then we can do some more stuff over here. One of my favorite things is to do a little scribbly like this because I want some weight down here. Let's dab. Take off that water. Scribbly. Over here too. Maybe just some quick lines like that. And then over here, we're gonna need some things coming out of the basket. It kind of looks like a basket to me, I don't know. Over here, what is going on? We need some greens here. I like to just do some quick little lines, just to start bringing everything in. You don't have to do any perfect leaves here. You just do some quick swipes, or you can even do some quick dabs to fill in that green. So I want some green over here, but not too much. I'm gonna grab more of my favorite color today with a little brown. And I'm loving this shade that's coming out. So just a few little flick marks here and in here. And then I'm just gonna press and add a few really quickly to right there. I don't wanna go too tall, but I did wanna have something there. So we've got that there. These little flick marks are so fun. And let's see. Little squigglies. I've gotten more of a brown now, a brownish green, going over the top just to fill in more color and make it diverse. See, you've got the brown green and you've got the other green, and over here, just a little bit here too. So I do like a full bouquet, as I said. Don't be afraid to fill that in. Here, this is gonna need a little stem in there. Okay, so how are you feeling right now? Let's go ahead and put a little bit of splatter. I'm just gonna use this pinky color here.
I'm going to tap my brush gently. I like to do 3 areas, so I'm not just doing splatter everywhere. Just give this a little bit of a grounding, like, you know, it's not floating everywhere, just like we're going to do with a shadow color. So you can use a purple if you want, purple and blue. I'm just going to put a little purple in the blue. And then we'll add a little shadow on this side. I do it very loose. You know, just very fun. No one's got time to belabor it and get upset. At least I don't. Maybe you do. I don't have time for that. I don't want to have time for that. So we're just going to be quick and easy. So with my green here, I want to do more green over the top of these stems. Oops, missed my jar. And then a little bit more of this brown here. I'm just going to kind of go in and little swoopy marks. Just kind of adding in some detail. So what do we do now? We've got our beautiful florals. We have some centers. I'm actually not tempted to put in more color over this, but I do want to add in some orange. So I'm going to swirl my brush here for the center of this flower. I want it to be really thick and concentrated. We're just going to do a little dabbing. And friends, I want you to look for what you like about your painting so far. And remind yourself that you're going to try that again next time. I'm going to grab a little bit more of this paint and I'm just going to do some quick brush strokes over it to just create a little extra texture. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of this purple, put that in the puddle. I just like to do pretty easy color mixing, just shifting a puddle by adding a different pigment. That's super pink and that's going to work though. So just some swipes here and then over here. So this one is done. This one I'd like to add a little more darkness to it that hopefully it'll show up. So, and let's darken up our vase too. We are almost done with this, but I just like to put that second layer. I think it's always lovely to make things a little bit more, you know, stand off the page. Is that what I meant to say? Pop off the page? I don't know.
3 things I want to share with you. First of all, I've got a free class coming up this Thursday. Click the link below. There's always a replay. Second of all, my beginner watercolor course. It's a 5-day course. So it's a great way, a free way to go over the watercolor foundational techniques, beginner skills, and all of that. And it is absolutely free for you. So take advantage if you're interested. And the third thing, my wait list for Italy. So I have an art retreat next October, so Italy 2027, and I've got a wait list for it because registration is supposed to open in October, but for those on the wait list, we're going to open it up a little bit earlier. And so after I get back from Scotland, which is going to be end of August, then whoever's on the wait list will get to hear about it when it opens up right away. So if you have not signed up, click the link below to do that. I'm very excited about it. If you have any questions, message me, let me know. Happy painting, friends. Happy mental health. See you next time.